Hello and welcome to another 3D printing video. Today I will be showing you guys how to make a sign with SketchUp. So I just got SketchUp on my computer and I've been using it on a different computer, but now that I've got it on this one I can actually use it so more often actually. So I am going to do the sign of the prancing pony, which is in Lord of the Rings. Actually, or the Hobbit. One of those. I'm not a big fan of that. I mean, not that I'm not a big fan. It's that I'm not an enthusiast. It's not my favorite thing. I like it a lot, but I haven't bothered to read the books of the Lord of the Rings. I read the Hobbit. My brother is a complete fan and like reads all the books possible about it, and so he's the one that's into this. But I'm just doing this because he suggested it, so I'm going to do it. So I have in downloads, I got a picture of the prancing pony sign. So I'm going to choose JPEG if it's here. Right here. Okay. There it is, the prancing pony. So import. So I'll put this right in the corner there. Oop, I'll just make it that big. Okay. So, I don't want that. So I am actually fairly new to this, but I've been able to make something with this. So I'm going to see if I can erase that little dude. Okay, cool. So I got rid of him. So now he's out of the way. So this, I'm just going to start off. So the basic thing, you just outline what you want to be 3D, the parts that you want to be 3D with the lines. So you can either do it by making solid lines like that, and then you make that one connect to here, sit here, to here, and this one can go this one to that one. And once you start building this, you can just keep going until you have all your letters. Or instead of doing the straight lines, you can use the freehand, which you can just go along like that, and which also works. So I'm going to go through and outline this. You guys probably don't need to see every bit of the outlining, so I'll go through and outline a majority of it and then continue on with the video. So I'm actually right now going to show you a quick example of problems that you could run into. So once you seal off an area, it should do this, but it looks like I've sealed off the whole letter, but really I haven't. There is this small little hole in there. Now it's done. Another problem that can happen is when you're drawing with straight lines, you can go and let's see, if and when it turns blue. Oh well, there's a point where the line can turn blue, and that means it's going up into the air. So in order to have the area in between the lines be filled in, it needs to be completely sealed in, and it can't be in the air. So when it's blue and you lay the line down, it actually is floating in the air. So when you take your tool or your moving tool and look, there'll be a line sticking up in the air and coming back down that you wouldn't have seen at one angle, but once you moved your view, you saw that it was way in the air. So then you just erase those lines and then redraw the line. So those are two problems that you can have that are just easily fixed, that have bothered me at sometimes. Okay, so I got the majority of it complete. Actually, I think all of the lines drawn. So at this point, yeah, they're pretty much all drawn. And yeah, so you want to go around all the borders, all the parts that you think will show up or be significant. Like this line right here, I didn't really need, but I added it because it was it showed texture in the actual sign. And like right here, just in case I may need that when I'm adding levels and stuff to it. So now that I have this, I want to add some more texture and some lines so that processing it later will be a little bit easier. So I'm going to just kind of just draw this, just add some of that there. You know what, no, that's not that good. I'm going to have it open-ended. Okay, also, I'm gonna do straight lines. So, I want to take this into a, let's see, Sculpt GL, which is a good one. It gives you pretty much clay, and you can format in anything you want. I'm going to take this into that in a bit, and add some texture to this. And when you don't have many lines, it makes awkward textures and makes things really weird. So I'm just adding some triangles to make that, just adding some lines so I can shape it a little bit better. Okay. I don't want that. I don't want it to jump across. So I'll do this one right there. Down from there. Okay, so that's probably good enough for now. And yeah, so that's good. So I'm going to save this, and then I'm going to take it into 3D Builder. No, I'm not. Wow. Not yet. Right now, I'm going to take what I have and raise it and kind of level it a little bit. So I'm going to take this tool right here, which takes flat sides and raises it up and down, but there's a slight problem right now, so hold on. Okay, so I got it all figured out, and this should work now. So I'm going to change my view right now for a second, and so this step is now adding the heights to it. So I'm going to, let's see. Oh, well, I'll just kind of guess on the heights right now. I had the picture, but I deleted the picture because I was done with it. I didn't think I'd be using it more. So one thing to make sure you have the same heights is is to pick it up and then drag it to the point you want it. So like to there, and now those two are both the same. So this is gonna get a bit hairy, so I'm gonna undo that. So the reason I have all these lines in here is because I'm gonna want to add texture to it. Now SketchUp has a grid, but I don't know how to change the size of the grid lines. So because they're huge, there's like one that fits over most of this. So I wasn't able to put one specifically in the horse, and I had it on different layers. So I just drew a bunch of scribbles in there, and that should work for me. I'm not too picky with that. And so I'm just gonna select all of inside the horse if I can. Okay, yeah, so I'm holding Control and selecting it. Okay, that doesn't want to work. Okay, so I'll just do it around the horse for now. So I'm going to raise this just a teeny bit. Actually, no, I'll lower that just a little bit. Well, here's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to undo that. Leave it regular height. I'm going to hold Control. That way it leaves a bottom layer, and I'm adding a top layer. That way, it is actually a shape now, because that was a 2D object, and I would just be moving those sides around. And so now that'll be my my reference point. So I'm going to raise this to that by doing that, and then you can look in it works pretty good. So I'm going to make that lower, and then the next one higher. So here's this. Let me take that, drag it here. That way it's the same size. I'll do that with this guy. Put that there. Bingo. Let's see what else. I'm gonna move this around a little bit. This one. Oh, you know what? It says there's nothing there. That's weird. Okay. So I'm going to work on leveling this a little bit, and then I'll show you guys what I did. Okay, so right now I've got the sides lifted up a little bit. So I've got the letters right here and these sides raised to the same level. And so now I'm going to attempt the pony. So I'll try that and see if it works. Okay, so I'm going to quickly go through and do all these. It's really easy, just click it and then you drag it to the a thing that, oh, you know what? No, I'm doing it wrong. Okay, that's dragging the one layer. I'm going to do Control. Actually, oops. Control Z. Control and lift that to what I want it to. So, do it like double, maybe? Okay, that's about good. And that way, oh no, that's not gonna work. Okay. There, and then do it. There we go. Got that one. That one's a little bit weird. I'm gonna get to that in a second. Okay, I'll keep working on this. So I'm gonna do the tail just a little bit shorter than the rest of it. So I'm gonna do it maybe about there. Like right there. And then do the same thing for these. Okay. Okay, it is finally complete with the first part. It now has its shape. So I took those sides and stretched them across and made them all touching, or so I did all the letters, the size, this as tallness of this and this, and then I did the pony a little bit taller, and then I did the tail in between those. So with that, I should be able to work something out. Now the colors may throw you off. They don't really mean anything. It's just the computer telling you what it thinks is the front, the back, and the side, and it's trying to think and be smart, but it's not really. It doesn't mean anything. One thing you gotta check and make sure is that you have to make sure that it's all flat on the bottom. So now that that's done, actually hold on, let me see this. Yeah, so that's done. I'll just leave that. That's fine. And I'm going to now, I saved it as Pony Done, and it should be done in SketchUp. So I'm going to open up 3D Builder. Oh, hi, you can see me now. Okay. Yeah, I don't have a good screen capture program because my computer is so cheap and slow. I can't get anything to work on it that well. You can see my head there now. Okay, going to load object. So I have it saved as a SKP SketchUp. So I'm going to actually export as a as an STL file. So see if I can do that. STL is OBJ, 3DS, DWG, DXF, DAE. Okay, I don't see an STL. I'll just do it OBJ. That should work. Okay, it's exporting. I'm not sure. Oh, might take a while. Might go really fast. It looks like it's done. No, almost done. Okay, it's done. But I haven't really used OBJs much. So I saved that. That's in downloads here. It should be. Let's see, where did I save it to? It didn't say. Okay, well, I'll see if I can find this, and yeah. Okay, so it saved it in documents. So here it is, pony done. Open, and this should, there may be some undefined spots, and it may need to, let's see. Oh, what? Open. Import model. There it is. It is upside down and funky, and I think it is huge. So there's some spots that it doesn't know what to do with, so it says there are invalidly defined. So that means, for example, let's say there's a plane. So that's just a wall type thing. A plane is infinitely thin. It's infinitely smaller. So for 3D printing, you can't have that. So it's like, oh, there's something wrong. Can I fix it? And sometimes it fixes it correctly, and sometimes it doesn't. For the most part, it does. So I'm going to just click repair, and it should fix it fairly quickly without ruining anything. So I'm going to see if it does that. There's holes in the sign from the letters, which I'll probably need to take out in a moment, because there needs to be a back part of the sign. So, well, it's repairing. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to flip it around right side up, and I'm going to see how big this thing is, because normally there's, okay, yeah, that's small. So yeah, I guess I'll wait for it to finish repairing. And it just finished just as I turned off the video camera. Okay, so, oh, it wasn't happy with the bottom part, so I got rid of it completely. So what do I do with that? I'll go back into this and see if I can select. See, I'm going to spin upside down and see if I can select all of it. No, I want to see. That'll work a little bit better. See if I can select all of it. Come on. And see if I can not select any of the stuff. So select all of it. I just want to select the bottom part. Okay, well, I'll go through and move those all down a certain distance so it adds some thickness to the whole thing. Okay, it is currently 11 o'clock, so I'm going to head to bed and finish this in the morning because I'm getting really tired, and it's not going to help with any problems that I might run into. See you in the morning. Okay, so it's now tomorrow, and so what I did earlier today is I brought the bottom down so that there is some thickness to it, and then I let 3D Builder do its fixing, because there was a few errors in it, and it fixed it pretty good. All the letters are good. Actually there are a few holes, but those can be fixed later. So with this, now I'm going to go to Sculpt GL. So I have it up on Thingiverse so I can transfer from computer to computer easily, but it's not public yet. So I'm going to go to Sculpt GL. Sculpt GL, which is the clay website. So with that, you can do lots of different things. So it gives you a ball to start with, and I'm going to clear the scene, and then I'm going to add that STL file that I had. So it's called Pony. Let's see if it adds it. There it is. This looks really weird, so I'm going to change how it looks. No, that's not it. Okay. I'm going to see if I can find it. It is texture. No. It's in here somewhere. Flat shading. There we go. So now it's actually what it is, instead of adding different shading points to flat surfaces where it thinks it needs to be. So that's that. And with this, I'm going to try to kind of smooth it and make it a little bit more round and add some thickness to the horse, or the pony. So I'm going to use the brush tool. So with this, it brushes it and makes it thicker, like that, you can see. And because I added those lines all in the horse, I can do that. If I didn't do that, then it would try to lift the whole thing as one platform and then everything around it. So I don't think I'll need a whole lot of texture. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to, let's see, where is it? Rendering, actually. Where is it? Topology, right here. So I'm going to do subdivide, which is going to add a bunch more sides. There we go. So now this might be more what the actual sign might have looked like. And now, since there's more parts, I can even add a little bit more texture to this. So I'm not sure if this is the exact tool that I want. Yes, it is. Okay. Brushes just adds stuff. So I'm going to actually save. No, that's too much. Save this as another file and put it on, because that actually looks really good. It's got a little bit of thickness to it. Add some texture to make it look more like a horse. And yeah, so I'm gonna upload this. I'm gonna save it, which is, you do that by saving SGL, because SGL file is the main file that Thingiverse uses. I'm gonna call it pony. I'll call it smooth, I guess. So that should be good. Curum. Okay, good. Save that. So now I have that version of it. And this, it doesn't like the back of it. So I'm gonna, well, you know what? I have symmetry on, so that's gonna mess things up, because that means it does it to both sides. So I'm gonna smooth this. Oops, I don't want to do that. Okay, so that looks good to me. I'm gonna actually save it again, right here, and just do that over the top of that. And yes, I want to replace it. And then once I get that done, now that it's in, go back to this edit thing. I've got it down there. Browse, pony smooth, open, and now this is up. So I hope that was helpful. If it wasn't, be sure to let me know any questions that you have that are left over. So that's just some basic stuff. I'm learning this too, and that should be enough to start a beginner off with doing what I'm doing, building signs, or maybe if you want to, you can even do different things. So if you like this video, give it a like. If you like 3D printing videos that are actually not, this is the first one of showing a tutorial type style one. I usually just 3D print stuff. If you like any of that, subscribe to my channel and leave a comment on any other things you'd like me to print, or things you'd like to know about SketchUp, 3D Builder, or Sculpt GL. Thanks for watching. Bye.